I want to answer a person who asked this. Why does it seem that in my life the problems, the fights, never end? It seems like a silly question because we all know we will have problems until the end of our lives. But the person meant they go through above average fights, through great tribulations, and they keep on repeating themselves, and they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, where there will be calmness and peace. So the question is, why does the tribulations in my life never end? It's a general question, and I cannot answer without knowing more details about it. But I'll say something that may help people that think like this or going through this. There on Proverbs 26, verse 11, it says the following: As a dog returns to his own vomit, so a fool repeats his folly, which means foolishness. A fool repeats his foolishness. Life tends to punish fools and stubborn people. Contrary to our educational system that a few years ago it has changed, because back on my days, if the student didn't pass the tests, exams throughout the year, they will have to reduce certain classes or even the entire year on the following year. Nowadays, I understand that it's different. Life does this. It's this school that leads the student who failed to do it all over again. Life punishes the fools and stubborn ones. What do I mean with this? Often we go through difficulties that are our fault, bad choices, bad reactions. We take actions that we thought were best, but in the end it brought the worst. And that's okay. Everybody fails. No one has the maturity that they would like to have. I would like on my 20s to have the maturity I have today. I would have avoided many mistakes. But you don't have on your 20s the maturity that you have when you are on your 40s. You will fail, that's natural. But part of maturity is for you to learn with your own mistakes. Learn with that you suffered with, and to make your actions better throughout the years. This is a sign of maturity. You suffered, you made big mistakes, but on each mistake you learned, and you didn't repeat those mistakes. So when you learn with your mistakes and don't repeat them, so you start to be more wise, more intelligent, more prudent. So the tendency is that the tribulations, at least the ones caused by you, will decrease. This is life. However, just like in school, there are those students who do not learn, they get bad grades. In life is the same. There are many people, as this proverb says, as a dog returns to his own vomit, so a fool repeats his folly. There are many who do the same. This proverb that says a dog returns to his own vomit, why did the dog vomit? Because he ate something that was not good for his stomach. And it does not have the intelligence to think, wait, this was not good for me, I won't eat it again. Because it does not think, they eat that what they just throw up and was not good for them. So there are many people who are as irrational as this dog. Irrational because they don't stop to think about their wrong actions that are hurting them, and they don't get to the conclusion that they must change their actions. So they insist on their foolishness, on their stubbornness, and what happens is that the tribulation remains. Life keeps on failing them, punishing them. It will lead them to do it all over again. Unfortunately, that's how it works. And there's no one that can change this way for the school of life to be. The school of life is like this. They treat its students like this. So those who want to learn and to stop on failing, they want to go well in life so they'll have a better future day after day. So when I failed in my marriage and I almost lost my marriage, I understood, after committing the same mistake so many times, I understood what I'm doing is not working. I kept on repeating the same mistakes for 12 years. I repeated my foolishness for 12 years. It came a time that my marriage was about to end, then I thought, this is not working. What do I have to do? What am I doing that is wrong? How can I do differently? Then I went to search for wisdom, for guidance, a better path. I went out to try different paths, and I found them. I let go of my foolishness. I did not go back, returned to my own vomit. I solved my marriage problem, and I'm not better than anyone. But thank God that I learned due to the things that I faced. It's written that even Jesus has been through the same process. He went through the same process. He learned by the things that he suffered with. In other words, in the human realm, it's not that he didn't know about it, but his human experience taught him, as a man that he became when he came to this world, the things that he had to learn as a man, as a human being. That experience on being flesh and blood, by coming here, he learned by the things that he suffered with. And many, they don't learn with the things that they suffer with. So their only hope, it's the same old. They're gonna keep on suffering, committing the same mistakes, and even worse. Many of those who keep on repeating the same mistakes and suffering more and more, instead of looking at themselves, what do? They look at others. It's like our educational system. The school will send the student that failed the exams to redo the year all over. I remember that in one of these years that I was studying, I was in the same class with someone that was 5 years older than I. So he was like an older boy in the midst of younger boys. Something silly. But what did the school, the educational system do? Instead of helping them in the sense of checking what is happening and leading them to repeat the same year. No, let's make it easier for everybody. Let's allow everybody to pass the tests. So they found the problem in the system and not in the person. The problem was not in the system, but in the person, because the majority would pass. But this minority were the cause to change the entire system. Now, to annoy an entire generation. And I'm not talking about the educational system. I'm just sharing an example when people go wrong in life, instead of looking at themselves and changing, they start to look at others and blaming everyone. Oh, I cannot succeed because of A, B, or C. And they keep on pointing their fingers to everyone but them. They don't look at themselves. So they don't learn any lesson because they are not looking at the right place. they're looking for a scapegoat, someone to blame for their failures. But they see this person every day on the mirror. As a dog returns to his own vomit, so a fool repeats his folly. Do not forget, life tends to punish the fools and stubborn ones. So the antidote for this is for you to look and search for wisdom and to stop on being proud and insisting on what does not work. Just a little bit of humbleness will open doors for wisdom and a better life for you. If today's video helped you and you know someone that could benefit from it, share it with them, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you may do so now. See you later.